Coming up on tonight's episode of Duck TV News, what preparations are taking place in Eugene in case of a natural disaster, how UO scientists are helping the blind, and the latest look at this weekend's weather forecast. All that and more coming up next. Good evening and welcome to another episode of Duck TV News. I'm Bernice Amaya.
And I'm Tucker Conley. Let's get started. Oregon is now the first state to let dentists administer any vaccination to patients. The bill passed earlier this month, but first, the Oregon Board of Dentistry must make rules for this new law. The board is expected to have implemented rules by January 2020.
EWEB is partnering up with Eugene's 4J School District to help prepare the city in case of a natural disaster. Georgina Fernandez has more.
Last Saturday, Eugene Water and Electric Board, commonly known as EWEB, opened their second emergency water station. EWEB partnered with the Eugene 4J School District and held a grand opening last Saturday, showcasing the pumping station at Howard Elementary School. The station would allow citizens to fill up gallons of water in case of an emergency. Additionally, the school was equipped with an energy storage system in case of a power outage. Joe Hardwood, the Public Information Officer for EWEB, says that it's crucial for Oregon to have facilities like this.
Supply our customers with water that they need just to live. I mean, you can't live without water. You can make do without electricity and it's inconvenient, but water you need to live.
EWEB is creating a partnership with Howard Elementary School, allowing the community to create a hub here in case a natural disaster would ever occur. Alan Chin, the principal at the Howard Elementary, is excited to have this opportunity to be more involved in the community.
We're helping the community just because we're reminding people of the importance of clean water and having emergency water.
However, for Chin, this is more than just an opportunity for the school to connect to residents outside of their school, but a chance for his students to seek technology in a real-life setting.
It plays into real-world application, and they can kind of see beyond just the academics of, I'm just learning how to do this in math and reading and computer coding.
Reporting for Duck TV News, I'm Georgina Fernandez.
Thanks, Georgina. EWEB is planning to build their third emergency water station this summer at the Sheldon Fire Station.
A team of UO students are celebrating a win from the Environmental Protection Agency after getting first place in the 7th annual Campus Rainworks Challenge. The team created an action plan that would redesign South Eugene High School's drainage system to improve and filter the stormwater that goes into the Amazon River. The project is known as Good Drainage, Good Vibes. Project Supervisor Yi Kang Ko says that the project connects high school students with the community to gain hands-on experience. The project will utilize a drainage filtration system. Ko explains more.
So rather than the water directly going down to the drain, we let the water going through the green infrastructure, through the plants and soils, so that it can be treated, filtered, before it gets to the creek.
The project must still be approved by South Eugene High School and the 4J School District before the plan can begin. And now we'll toss to Zach and Jenna for all things sports.
Good evening, Eugene. Welcome to the Sports Desk. Alongside Jenna King, I'm Zach Brule. Jenna, can you believe it's already week 8?
That's crazy. Final stretch. It's crazy how time flies. Make sure to finish the term off strong, Ducks. Let's jump right into it. Starting off with Oregon baseball, the Ducks dropped 2 out of 3 games this weekend against USC. Third baseman Spencer Steer had a spectacular performance, driving in 2 runs and even inched closer to tying some program records on the defensive end. The Ducks are looking to finish off their season on a positive note at home against the Bruins for their final Pac-12 matchup of the season. The Oregon Sports Summit was held in downtown Eugene on Friday. The event featured a presentation raising awareness on abuse amongst amateur athletes. Reporter Rachel Friend has the story.
Lane County coaches, athletes, parents, and others gathered in downtown Eugene on Friday to discuss and bring forward awareness regarding violence in the sports community. The event featured guest speaker Eric Barreras from the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, a nonprofit organization looking to address, educate, and prevent abuse in all forms amongst amateur athletes. Barreras recognizes a greater movement that is not limited to the sports culture.
We see what's going on with the Me Too movement, and we know that when we're talking about prevention and the areas that we address, it's not necessarily unique to the sport community. Every community actually has issues.
In the Safe Sport presentation, Barreras discusses how our community can become aware of athlete abuse and understand strategies for creating a safe environment for athletes, coaches, and parents. The event was presented by the Eugene, Cascade, and Coast Sports Commission. Executive Director Janice Ross hopes that hosting speakers that educate the public about issues related to sports can strengthen and grow a positive understanding as a sports community.
It just opened my eyes, though, and again, I take great pride in knowing that the job I do every day makes the lives of people who live here better.
Reporting for Duck TV Sports, I'm Rachel Friend.
Thanks, Rachel. To learn more about preventing athlete abuse, visit Safe Sports website at safesports.org.
The UO men's and women's track and field teams are headed to Sacramento tomorrow to compete in the NCAA championship prelims. The Ducks are sending 35 athletes to compete in 26 different events. Competition will last 3 days with NCAA Outdoor Championship qualification on the line. Top 12 finishers in each event will travel to Austin in early June to compete with the best the NCAA has to offer. Keep an eye on Cravon Gillespie this weekend. The senior was recently named Pac-12 Men's Track Athlete of the Year. Gillespie set school records in the 100 and 200 meter, giving him potential to steal the show both Friday and Saturday night. While the Oregon men's track and field team hold the Pac-12 title, Andrew Lee tells us why local track star Simon Park is committed to another school.
For many Oregon high school athletes, becoming a Duck is a dream, but South Eugene pole vaulter Simon Park is taking his talents somewhere else.
I'm committed to Harvard because, first of all, they have, great athletics, and second of all, they also have great academics.
Park says the Ducks recruited him as a decathlon athlete, but he wanted to pursue pole vault.
To have that hometown spirit and to be jumping for the Ducks, that would have been great, but at the end of the day, it came down to what I thought would be the best match for my academics and athletics. Hopefully I get to be jumping back at Hayward Field.
Park trained with an Olympic pole vaulter in South Korea. His technique is a hybrid of both Korean and American styles. In 2018, he was the Junior Olympic pole vault champion. Right now, he ranks 5th in the nation. Coach Steve Richards says Park raised the bar for pole vaulters across Oregon.
When somebody suddenly is jumping 16 and 17 feet, everybody starts jumping 14 and 15, and the whole group of people that's vaulting has gotten better, I think partly because he's led by example.
I'm here at the Southwest Conference Championship where Simon Park just won the pole vault event and placed in the 110-meter hurdles. But it's not just about his success on the track.
To have that opportunity to have that high level of education means great. With pole vault, I hope I can make it to the Olympics.
With Duck TV Sports, I'm Andrew Lee.
Thanks, Andrew. We hope to see him compete at Hayward Field in the coming years.
This weekend, dogs and their people gathered at Alton Baker Park for the 26th annual Run Walk for the Animals. Reporter Savannah Held has more.
I'm here with my new best friend Bosco at the 26th annual Bark in the Park event hosted by the Green Hill Humane Society at Alton Baker Park. The event, which started as a run along Green Hill Road, offered a 10K, 5K, and 2K that participants were encouraged to run or walk in with their dogs, as well as vendors and canine activities. The 10K and 5K, which started at 8:30, had over 1,200 two-legged and four-legged participants. Robin and her dog Bosco spoke about how amazing dogs are and the relationships that come with them.
Seeing everybody's dog, and everybody's dog is the best dog. Everybody says, well, what kind of dog do you have? And it's the best. Every breed is the best breed, and every dog owner loves their dog so much. And to get them out to be able to play with the other dogs, that's the best part. Let's go. Come.
This year, the Humane Society's goal is to raise $120,000 to help provide medical and behavioral care in order to transition homeless animals into new, loving homes. Megan Brezovar, the Green Hill event coordinator, shared the importance of animals in the Eugene community.
We have so many animals come through our door every day, and so we are really just trying to promote animal adoption, volunteering, fostering, and just really being involved with the animals in our community. We love our animals, and it's important that we are all on the same page. We're working together as a team to make sure all the animals are heard because they don't have a voice. We are their voice.
With Duck TV Sports, I'm Savannah Held.
For more on how you can support the animals of Lane County, check out green-hill.org. That's all we have for this week. Thanks for tuning in.
You can keep up with all things Oregon athletics by following Duck TV Sports on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Now back to Talker and Bernice and the news desk.
Thanks, guys. Students, a change to how course evaluations are completed is coming. This change is due to the office and provost and the university senate believing that the evaluations were reflecting students' biases. A new system has not yet been released, but for now, you no longer have to complete them to receive your grades.
UO scientists are developing a device that could serve as an eye for the blind. Clay Vaughn has more.
UO junior Marley Griffiths is one of thousands who suffer from a genetic disorder that gradually reduces vision until causing total blindness. But thanks to UO researchers, an implant may someday change that.
All of this gives me hope for the future and makes me think that, wow, maybe I won't ever have zero vision.
And in these labs beneath Willamette Hall, UO researchers are developing a device that could drastically increase the vision of people with degenerative disorders like retinitis pigmentosa. PhD candidate Saba Moslehi is in charge of the project and says why she finds it encouraging.
It's a type of research that you could see how it's going to benefit, the results, how they're going to benefit people and the health of the people. And no matter how long it takes, there's a result in the end. There's an actual touchable result and effect on people's lives. And that's amazing. That's the main reason that I'm doing this.
Among those working on the project is Willem Griffiths, Marley's brother, who has the same eye condition.
We have this special bond because we're the only two people who we know that has this, and so we're the only two people who know each other's experiences, you know? And the fact that he's working so hard and doing so much for our eyes is just really awesome and makes my heart sing.
For Duck TV News, I'm Clay Vaughn.
The project is still in its early stages, but those involved are optimistic.
A local nonprofit organization is making playing a lot more accessible. The Lane County plans to build a fully accessible park for people of all abilities in Springfield. The $2 million park will spread across 2 acres and include accessible play structures, pathways, and water play areas. This park will be the first in its Pacific Northwest that is fully enclosed. The Director of Donor Relations at the Lane and mother to a child with autism, Shannon Pym, said that the project will change the park experience of those who deal with disabilities.
You always feel different. Well, creating this park will allow individuals and families who have felt that way to not be the minority anymore.
The park will be built in 3 phases. Phase 2 will begin in spring of 2020. For more information on the park, visit arklane.org. Hey Hadley, how is the weather looking for this Memorial Day weekend?
Well guys, if you're ready for some sunshine, this holiday weekend is shaping up to be a beautiful one. Friday starts out our weekend in the high 60s with a 40% chance of rain. But Saturday will lift your spirits with a high of 73. If you think that's warm, then think again, because Sunday will reach up to a whopping 80 degrees. So snag that popsicle, slap on some sunscreen, and grab your friends for a memorable Memorial Day weekend. If you're looking to spend the weekend in Bend, chances are you'll need to pack your raincoat. Friday and Saturday will be partly cloudy with a likelihood of showers, while Sunday will warm up to 70 degrees. If any of you ducks are flying south for a beach day, Huntington Beach will be a great place to relax on the sand or enjoy the OC Music Festival. Friday will be partly cloudy with a high of 68. Although Surf City won't be living up to its world-famous surfing conditions with only 2 to 3 foot waves, it'll be partly sunny on Saturday and Sunday with morning showers and 13-mile-per-hour winds. Looks like Eugene will be your best bet if you need some vitamin D. That's all for the weather. Back to you guys at the news desk.
80 degrees in Eugene this Sunday? Now that's warm. Thanks, Hadley. That's a wrap on this week's episode. Thank you for joining us.
Be sure to give us a follow on Instagram and Twitter at Duck TV News. Have a great night, Eugene.